Black Heroes Club presents DC Comics Black Lightning, issue number 3. He fell right into our trap, boss. The black dude is gonna die. Why does Clark Kent help hunt down DC's boldest new hero? Justice like lightning shall ever appear to some men, hope, and to other men, fear. Galaxy Building, Thursday, 11:30 p.m. Good evening, I'm Clark Kent. At the Channel 8 news desk with a special report, a mysterious figure called Black Lightning wages a one-man war on organized crime in the suicide slum area of Metropolis. He is currently the object of a citywide manhunt for his suspected role of the death of alleged racket boss Joseph Toledo. But is Black Lightning a hero or a killer? That's the question we'll be asking in these next 30 minutes, following this commercial message. Suicide Slum, Thursday, 11:32 p.m. What you want to watch that clown for? Ain't you heard enough of Black Lightning? That costume creep has busted up 4 of the 100 factories this week alone. Yeah, but that was before the local police put an all hits out on him. This town's gotten too hot for that brother. He's probably going to lay low for months. You think so? Well, maybe you didn't see what he did to Adler's boys last night. Not even their own mamas are going to be able to recognize them. Hey, it's starting. With me tonight is Inspector William Henderson's head of the MPD's Organized Crime Division and the man behind this massive search for Black Lightning. Inspector Henderson, exactly what, if anything, have your man learned about the Inamic Night Stalker? More to the point, what crime has he been charged with that so much manpower is being addressed to his apprehension? Several city officials have expressed admiration for his forays against the 100. All the more cause to apprehend him swiftly, Mr. Kent. What some of my fellow civil servants have apparently forgotten is that this man is working totally outside the law of our community. Keep that thought in mind, Mr. Kent. I'll get back to it in just a moment. Now, since Black Lightning's first appearance in Metropolis several weeks ago, he's been charged with an even dozen counts of criminal trespassing, 9 additional counts of willful destruction of property, and something like 30 counts of assault and battery. But let's not forget the main charge that's hanging over Black Lightning's head. Because unless he can disprove the evidence we've gathered so far in the Toledo case, we want Black Lightning for murder. Okay, Inspector, beside the murder charge. Oh, and we must remind our viewers that no witnesses to Mr. Toledo's death has as yet stepped forward. Isn't Black Lightning doing this city a service by battling the lawless forces of the 100? Who appointed this so-called superhero to the dual offices of judge and executioner, Mr. Kent? Unlike Superman, he's not a legalized deputy agent of the police department. You want to know why I want this vigilante so badly? Because as long as he's allowed to run free, he's spitting on something I believed in all my life, that the law protects everybody and protects everybody equally. If that includes even the worst predators who infest our city, then so be it. Because if the law isn't enforced, the same for every citizen, regardless of circumstance, then I've wasted the last 30 years of my life. Hey, knock knock, Sparky. Think it's safe for your trusted stool pigeon to come in and chat? It would not be too healthy for me if somebody was to learn that 2-Bits Tanner is the dude who's been feeding you information. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm afraid I've got some pressing business to attend. But Inspector, we still have 15 minutes to... Show's over, little man. Come on in. I don't figure this bunch to wake up till spring. That's for sure. You do nice work, kid. Come to think of it, so do I. How'd you like to pay your respects to the big enchilada himself tomorrow night? Whoa, you found out where the Wells headquarters are? 2 bits. You're getting to be a real class act. What, you gonna do, kiss me? Lay back, kid. I'm just working on an angle I think's gonna pay off. So I met this reporter guy. He's looking for this runaway daughter of some big politician. He figures her for the streets. So we set up a little trade. I help him find the loved one, and he gets the Wells address for me. I've already located the girl. And the news sounds got what we want. In a few hours, I'm supposed to meet him at the Shelby's. So what are you waiting for, little man? You go talk to our reporter friend, and I'll go polish my harpoon. Hey, how about a few bucks for car fare? You gotta be kidding. Do I look dumb enough to carry money in this neighborhood? Geez, if I didn't need the tax break, I'd be tempted to drop that kid as a client. Of course, I gotta admit, the association ain't exactly lacking in fringe benefits. Galaxy Building, Thursday, 11:54 p.m. But Bill, sorry, Clark, you go play Woodward and Bernstein with somebody else. I didn't come here to be grilled. But those questions weren't my idea. Morgan Edge is really pulling for this Black Lightning character. You've got to remember, Edge was almost murdered by inner gang, and he sees the 100 as the same kind of human poison on the rise again. Look, Bill, you can't deny that the 100 are turning Suicide Slum into a worse jungle than it's always been. Can you honestly blame my boss for feeling we might need a man like Black Lightning? Listen, old friend, nobody died and made Morgan Edge God. So you tell your smiling cobra this. I'm going to catch that costume killer, and I'm going to put him away for keeps. Tailor Shop, Friday, 12:17 a.m. It happened again, Peter. I punched out a hunk of machinery that should have squashed me into jelly. It seems to get stronger every time I switch on the electromagnetic belt we designed. I was afraid I might kill those punks. Tanner located for us. What gives, Peter? How can a device give the man who wears it the raw power of a runaway hurricane? Where does it stop, Peter? Right now, I feel strong enough to take on King Kong. 2 falls out there. That's something to worry about. The police think I murdered Joey Toledo as it is. What if I accidentally kill someone with this new power? My brother Paul bought the parts for us. Maybe he can figure out what's going on. I'll call him tomorrow. He'll be pleased to know that everything is working out just as he and I had planned. In the meantime, you'd better get some sleep. Wish I could, but only Black Lightning is through for the night. School teacher Jefferson Pierce still has some English papers to grade before morning. Midtown, Friday, 8 a.m. So Black Lightning is planning to pay us a visit? That's excellent news, Miss Guzzo. His exploits have jeopardized our unchallenged control of the streets. It's a blood debate. Black Lightning owns the 100. And it'll be Tobias Well who personally settles accounts with that costume meddler. Wow, those things were carved from solid oak, and he took them apart like they was tissue paper. No wonder the rest of the 100 bosses call him the Great White Whale. Yeah, but even they don't dare call him that to his face. He doesn't appreciate people who make fun of him being albino. Mr. Cregan, I prefer to hold your most extraordinary abilities in reserve for the moment. Yes, sir, then I'll sit this one out. Until we find you a foe worthy. Garfield High, Friday, 3:16 a.m. Pierce, hold up a minute. Principal Chapman, wonder what he wants. Step into my office. You should meet the newest addition to our overworked staff. She's Lynn? Hello, Jefferson. You know Mr. Pierce, Miss Stewart. It was a very long time ago. He may not remember me. Excuse me, Mac. I promised to meet my homeroom kids in the gym right after ninth period. I'll catch you later. But, Mr. Jefferson. Huh. I'm not sure what's gotten into him. First, he shouts out your name, then he acts like he doesn't remember you at all. No, I'm afraid he does. Midtown, Saturday, 2 a.m. So that's where a gang lord hangs his hat. And they say crime doesn't pay. Maybe they'll be able to say it with a little more conviction after I've concluded my business with Mr. Tobias Well. But first, let's see how well the service entrance is guarded. Both Peter and Two Bits were worried about my going through with this caper. But after seeing Lynn again, I need to hit something. Only 2 guards, huh? Seems almost too easy somehow. At least that service door led to a deserted room, and not one crawling with, "Pshh! Welcome to my home, Mr. Lightning. I do hope you will forgive our rather raucous sense of humor. I also recommend you not activate your protective device in your present somewhat moistened condition. It would undoubtedly fry you to a crisp. As long as we're exchanging safety tips, how about this one? Rugs should be securely nailed down. Don't you know almost half of all accidental injuries occur in the home? After him, you dolts. Looks like our info is correct, men. Black Lightning is hitting the well tonight, which makes it our sworn duty to enter the premises and arrest that costumed lawbreaker. Of course, should any of you alert lads spot something that'll put this well away, feel free to bring it to my attention. That lightning creep has to be around here somewhere. There's no way he could have escaped. Relax, Will. We got the odds on our side. It's only a matter of time before... Here's Johnny! Congratulations, boys. What the... You just killed the Tonight Show. That'd be quite enough of that, Mr. Lightning. You're abusing my hospitality. And my patience. Score 1 for you, Moby Dick. You're a heck of a lot stronger than I would have figured. But if that was your best shot, you're in big trouble. 'Cause I'm gonna... Not so much as breathe. I'd hate to actually fire this old relic of mine. Inspector Henderson, I see my fame has preceded me. Stand up, my masked friend, but do it very slowly. Oh, and until we have time to consider what's going on here a bit more thoroughly, the rest of you boys are under arrest too. We'll sort this all out at the station. I'm sorry, Inspector, but I've made other arrangements. Henderson's distracted. This is my chance to split. I sure hope this gadget dried off enough to work without charcoal boiling me. Blast you, Black Lightning. You're not gonna escape me too. You're not gonna... Get an ambulance here on the double. Something's wrong with the inspector. Dang it, Peter. Both the police and the well knew I was going to be there tonight. Our friend Tanner has to be playing for all 3 teams. Nonsense, Jefferson. Believe me, Tanner wouldn't betray us. Our leak must be the reporter who gave Two Bits the well's address. And that is most unfortunate. Why is that? Because that reporter is none other than Jimmy Olsen. And as if that weren't trouble enough. Thank you so much for listening to this narration from Black Heroes Club on Black Lightning issue number 3. If you enjoyed this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps with engagement and a lot of other things. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you join in on the next issue of Black Heroes Club.